Okay, guys. Three of us right now. Some more people online. Um, this class, I'm gonna have kind of two components. I'm gonna have the core curriculum, which will be the lectures, the labs, and the hands-on tests. And then I'm gonna have what I call supplemental. Supplemental are gonna be in addition to the core, but they're just gonna help you understand code better. And so it's not for your grade necessarily. It's just going to be exercises that I think will help you understand better. Um, and so something that I take all my students through, again, this is supplemental. This is not for a grade. So we kind of had a lecture today, and tomorrow we're going to be starting on lab. But we have a couple hours here today. And so what I want to do is kind of speed run through a tutorial. This whole week is really geared at JavaScript fundamentals and reviewing them. Um, And so, if you guys want to go ahead and come to this website, go on your own computer, freecodecamp.org, and we're going to speed run this tutorial. And by speed run, I'll do it as fast as I can. You guys do it as fast as you can, and we'll see how far we can get. Okay? And what this is a JavaScript complete, everything there is about JavaScript. Okay? And I just figure off the top, um, you know, let's just review all the basics and some of the new stuff as well. So once you make an account, I'll go ahead and sign in to my account. Um, this free code camp is really good because it's coding along, and we're going to go into the JavaScript algorithms and data structures certification. So we're going to click on that, and then you're going to see there's different tutorials. And number one is basic JavaScript, and number two is all the new stuff with ECMAScript 6 ES ES6, which is 2015, and we're going to finish both of those together. So we're going to start with basic JavaScript. We're going to start at the beginning, comment your code, and let me know when you guys get to this point. Okay, so we're going to go through this, and I'm just gonna be doing this as I read. I'll read out loud and answer it. You guys can follow me or work ahead or whatever works. So this is a single line comment and a multi-line comment, and then you write your own code. It says note as you write code, you should add comments. Try creating one of each type. And then you click run the tests. And it's pretty picky. So like the fact that I put it on multiple lines, maybe it didn't like that. And so let's kind of go back here. Maybe it doesn't like my slashes. Okay, it didn't like my slashes in my comment. Okay, on to the next. Declare variables. Use the var keyword to create a variable named my name. Okay, again, kind of going quickly through this. I'll, var my name makes it happy. Submit and go to the next challenge. Assign the value of 7 to the letter A. Run the test. If you guys need me to slow down, let me know, okay? Assign the contents of A to the variable B. B equals A. Define a variable A with var, initialize it to the value of 9. Var A equals 9, semicolon. Onward. Create 2 new variables, assign them to the values I type fast. Grant, can you tell?
Yeah, I'm keeping up though.
Good. Initialize 3, A, B, and C with 5, 10, and IMA thing, so they will not be unassigned. A is 5. Okay, case sensitivity. Modify the existing declarations and assignments so their names use camel case. So what do we got here? Study. Oh, here we just have to. I just copy and paste. Just match the type now. Okay, so I couldn't read the words. It's Studley cap var. Okay, I didn't know what the word was. Studley cap var. And title, lowercase t for title, case over. So I just didn't recognize the word. Camel casing, you got to recognize the words in the variable. Okay, var and let. Again, we kind of know there's a difference between block scope and function scope here. So unlike var, when you use let, a variable can with the same name can only be declared once. Update the code so it only uses the let keyword. Right, we did see that earlier today that you can't have 2 variables in the same scope defined with the keyword let. So we kind of looked at that. Declare a read-only variable with the const. You should always name variables you don't want to reassign with const. It is a common practice for your identifiers change the code so that all variables are declared using let or const. Use let when you want the variable to change and const when you want it to remain constant. Also rename variables declared with const to conform to practices. So obviously fact is going to be let. FCC is const because fact is reassigned. Now it does you should change FCC to all upper. Oh, FCC and then FCC because it's const. Some prefer that's a convention, right? Your const are all caps. Not a requirement, but just a convention. Okay, change the 0 so it will equal 20. 10 plus 10 equals 20. Change the 0 so the difference is 12. 45 minus, what is it, 23? How does it need to go to? It needs to go to 12. 45. 33. There we go. So what are we doing here? We're doing arithmetic. And we realize that we can do some basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and JavaScript. Okay, so this plus plus operator is incrementing by 1. Of course, it's a shorthand for this longer notation, I equals I plus 1. Change the code to use plus plus. You just say my var plus plus. You guys still keeping up?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we go up by 1. We can go down by 1. So presumably we do my var minus minus without reading the instructions, and it is happy. We got a decimal point. Create a variable my decimal and give it a value of 57. Let my decimal equals 5.7. You guys got to update me. What percentage are we actually at? 15%. What, 2 times 2.5 equals 5? Seems right. Looking good. Divide 1. We'll slow down when these get harder. Divide 1 decimal by another. Something divided by 2 will equal 2.2. 4.4. Divided by 2 is 2.2. Okay, remainder. So this is the modulus symbol. So if you just remember remainder, when you say, okay, 5 divided by 2 is 2 with a remainder of 1. So 5 modulus 2 is 1. So modulus is the remainder. Set a remainder 11 divided by 3 using modulus. So 11, you would say 11 mod 3. 3 goes into 11 3 times remainder 2. So remainder would be equal to 2 in this case. Okay, so plus equals, this is a longer hand notation to say the new A is equal to the current A plus 12. You would write A plus equals 12. That's a shorter hand. B plus equals 9 is a shorter hand for this. And C plus equals 7 is a shorter hand for this. Minus equal works the same way. A minus equals 6. Just a shorthand programming. B minus equals 15. C minus equals 1. Of course, there's times equal. So this would be 25. A times equals 5. B times equals 3. C times equals 10. Basically, it's the same thing on all of them. Just different operations. Strings. Use backslashes to assign my string. Okay, so you have to have escape sequences, which are the backslash. So you would say, I am a double quoted backslash quote and there's a period. Oh, you know what? You're supposed to change this line. I don't know if it's going to be happy doing it the way I did it. Let's. Okay. Kind of leave that up there. So this will actually get the quotes like it shows here. It's called an escape character. You just got to do that in 4 places. Losing my voice. Okay, we got a website inside of a string. We got a link. Single or double quotes. You just have to match. Bad str doesn't work because you got a single quote to start it and then a double quote, but then you need to close the double quote before the single quote. Change the provided string with a single quote at the beginning and end and no escape characters. Single quotes at the beginning and the end. So single quote at the beginning, single at the end, double, 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 double. That should work. I remove all the backslashes. Oh. So it's because they're alternating. You go single, double, 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 single. That should work. And it does. Here's all your escape sequences. Assign the following 3 lines of text to a single variable using escape sequences. Change this line. First line, \n for new line. A \t for a tab. Now there's an interesting backslash right there that says second line. Kind of curious about that. New line, third line. So it's just an interesting backslash right there that exists right here. Note the indentation is achieved with a tab, not spaces. Okay, so I'm curious if it first line, second line. Oh, I got a capital I. See that? Typo. I. Let me introduce that backslash. Oh, backslash. So to get that actual backslash to show up is backslash. Now it's happy. That's a funny one. They get funny. First line, new line, tab, backslash. Second line, new line, third line. Okay, this is the old way to concatenate strings, but it is what it is. This is the start. Plus, this is the end. Be sure to include a space between the two strings. So, there's your space. Oh, I need a period right here. This is the start period space. This is the end period. Picky. Good to go. So my mistake was forgetting the periods, but you did put a space in there to get that to work as well. Build over several lines by concatenating. Don't forget the period, my str plus equals and I wonder if it needs a new line. I don't think so, my str. Single space characters between the two strings. That's what I'm not doing. Put a space right there. There we go. It does get a little more complex, but we'll just speed run it. Const my name is empty, my string is empty. Set my name equal to your name and build my str with my name. My name is, and I am well. My name is. Fun. Append it to my string. My str plus equals some adjective. Okay, the length of a string is the number of characters in that string. Use the length property to set the length equal to the number of characters in last name. Last name dot, all lowercase, Length. Use bracket notation to find the first character in last name and assign it to, so you say last name sub-0. That's going to target the first character of the last name variable, which is Lovely, so it's a capital L that would be stored in that variable. On to the next. Jello World. So that's an error. It cannot be changed to the letter J. It does not mean that you can't change the word. So this is an error because it's immutable. Strings are immutable, but you can reassign the string, and that's allowed. So my str should say hello world. And it's not sub-0, we just say my str. We're just reassigning it. Third letter of last name equals last name sub-2, because it starts at 0. Use bracket notation to find the last character in the last name variable. So this is kind of a fun one. To find the last character, you could do the last name dot length minus 1. And they show that in there. Second to last character is last name, so we say last name dot length minus 2. Second to last character. Adjective, a verb, and an adverb. We can add all of our words to complete it, then we can assign the completing sentence as follows. In this challenge, we provide you a noun, a verb, an adjective, and an adverb. You need to form a complete sentence using words of choice along with the words we provide. You will need to use string concatenation to build a new string using the provided my noun, my adjective. You will then assign that to word blanks variable. You should not change the words assigned to the variables. You also need to account for spaces. So big dog ran quickly. Some big dog word blank should be a string. You should not change the words. You should not directly use the values. Separated by non-word characters. Any additional words of your choice. Some big space my noun, some big dog weird some big dog ran quickly. I mean, I don't know. Some big dog. I'm just adding spaces. I don't know if it'll take that. It did. So I'll just put spaces in between all of the pieces. Some big dog ran quickly. That's how simple my sentence is. Moving on. We have an array. Modify the new array so it contains both strings and a number in that order. Evan, 38. So here's our array. Contains two pieces of information. Nested arrays. Oh, we're going in quick. Multi-dimensional array. Create a nested array called myArray. Create a variable named myData. Set it equal to the first value of my array using bracket notation. Let myData equals my array sub 0. Modify sub 0 to be 45. My array sub 0 equals 45. Grant, do you find this exercise useful at all?
It's been good review.
Good review. Cool.
Yeah.
Josh, feel about the same? Good little review. I would guess that after a little time away, a first day back to refresh, it's a good practice. Okay, so we've got zeros, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5. Okay, so we got multi-dimensionals, an array of an array. So we have all this data. We got our first subarray, which would be 0, 1, 2, 3. That's our subarray. Nested subarray would be 3 sub 0, which would be 10. An element would be 3 sub 0 sub 1. Subarray. Oh, this is all subarray. I missed a bracket. This is our subarray. And then nested subarray is this guy. And element is sub 0, sub 1. This is 0, this is 1. That's 11. Got it. So subarray holds this. Nested subarray holds this. And element holds 11. Use bracket notation equal to 8. So that's 0, 1, 2. So that's the second. And 0, 1 would be 8. So putting the 2 here gets us into that array. And then this is index 0, and this is index 1. So 2, 1. Looks good. Okay. All right, to put a new element on, we use push, and so that puts int at the end of that, and that puts an array of happy and joy at the end of that. Push dog and 3 onto my array. My array dot push an array of dog 3. So to put something on, you use push. To take something off at the end, you use pop. And that just takes the one down would put out the 6, and 3 array would be 1 and 4. Use the pop function to remove the last and assign it to a variable. Removed from my array equals my array dot pop. So that should take off the last element there. Cat and 2, that looks good. Shift wants to do it from the first element instead of the last. Use the shift to shift off a new value removed from my array. Semicolon, submit, next. Okay, so we took off that already. Unshift works like push, but instead of adding unshift adds the element to the beginning. After the shift, we're going to add, so shift took off John and 23. So we have I was getting confused between the two examples. My array dot unshift Paul and 35. create a shopping list called myList. Multi-dimensional array, several subarrays. The first element in each subarray, a string, and the second should be the quantity. We need 5, I think. Okay, just a bunch of arrays inside of another one, separated by commas. And that looks good. Looks good. Okay, reusable JavaScript with functions. Functions. Create a function, reusable function. Which prints the string hi world. Call the function. Reusable. Call the function and outputs the sum. To the console. Function with args. Very good. Create a function called times 5. Return x times 5. I'm not sure that I need to call it. Nope, doesn't say call it. Declare the myGlobal variable below this line. Use letter const to declare myGlobal. Oops. Inside of function 1. Oops, global. Without using. So this is bad practice, and that's what they're showing you. You can declare a variable without a keyword, and it's accidentally a global. And so don't do that. Always use let or const. Local scope. Okay, they talk about local scope, and then this is an error. The editor has two console logs. Check the console as you see how it changes. Declare a local variable myvar and run the tests. It's basically out of scope. That's showing you the problem. Global versus local. Global, local. Add a local variable named oh, that's the function. So you just have to have the same variable name, and that's overriding the global. The local overrides the global in that case. Undefined value returned from a function. A function can include a return statement, but it doesn't have to. Oh, it returns undefined. Create a function, add 5. Without any arguments. Sum equals returns undefined. Assignment with a return value. Call the process arg function with 7. To a variable called process. Processed equals process arg, pass the number of 7. A queue. New items can be added at the back of the queue. Old items are taken off the front. So a queue, I think of like at a gas station, you get drinks that come out of the fridge. You load them from the back, and they're taken out of the front. So that's kind of the way a queue works. Write a function next in line, which takes an array and a number of items. Add the number of items to the end of the array, remove the first. Add the number to the end of the array, then remove the first element in the array. Okay, so to array.push item adds it to the end, then remove the first element in the array. Array.pop. The next inline function should then return the element that was removed. Let element removed return element removed. Okay, I didn't do it right. Write the function which takes an array and a number of items. Add the number end of the array, array.push item, then remove the first element of the array. I think shift to remove the first element. Shift removes the first element. Okay, booleans, true or false. Welcome to booleans. So it returns true instead of false. If one thing, else true or false. Test true returns the string it was true, and test false it was false. Create an if statement inside the function. Yes, it was true. It's true, and return no. If was that true, return yes, true. You don't, kind of like there, they don't have a else block. You could. It was false. No. Oh, just not saying it right. No, that was false. I just didn't put the string in what they wanted. There we go. Equality. Double equals 1 equals 1, 1 equals 2 is false, 1 equals string 1 is true. That's string 3 equals 3 is true. Add the equality operator to indicate that the line in the function is equal when val is equal to 12. If val equals 12. Triple equals. This is an interesting one. Hopefully you guys have seen this before. It is a strict equal, so it looks at not only the value but the data type as well. When it's strictly equal to 7, so 1, 2, 3, 7. Comparing different values. Strictly equal. Inequality not equal to. Not equal to 99. So strict not equals. Not equal to 17 strict. Add the greater than operator so that it makes sense. If val greater than 100, if val greater than 10. add the greater than or equal to so that the return makes sense. Greater than or equal to. We've got 145. It'd be interesting to see if we can speed run this by 2:30. Grant, I can't imagine you've kept up, but maybe you have.
I'm here and we're at 59%.
All right, man. You got multiple monitors?
I do.
Yeah, I can imagine that helps. All right. Less than or equal to 12. This is all basics. Smaller than or equal to 24. Wonderful. Okay, so it's replacing two if statements with a compound operator. Replace the two using the and. If val less than or equal to 50 and val greater than or equal to 25. Or combine the two if statements. If val is not between 10 and 20 inclusive, otherwise return inside. Between greater than or equal to greater than 10. Hold on. Combine the two if statements into one statement which returns outside if val is not between 10 and 20. If val is less than 10 or val greater than 20, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. I think that's what it's looking for. Oh, no equal sign. There we go. So no equal signs on that one. Else statements, if else. If, now check this out, I'm just going to delete the other if statement. Replace it with an else. If val is greater than 5, bigger than 5, else 5 or smaller. Just delete a little bit of code, put the keyword else in there, and we're good. Introducing the else if statement. If is 10, else if val is less than 5, smaller than 5, else between 5 and 10. So if it's greater than 10, greater than 10, smaller than 5, else between 5 and 10. Order is important. Yes, it is. Change the order so return correct in all cases. So we're going to start with if it's less than 5, we're going to say less than 5. Else if it's less than 10, we're going to say less than 10, else greater than or equal to 10. Order matters. Chain together, else if, else if, else if. chained if num less than 5, return tiny else if less than 10. You don't need curlies if it's just a single statement, which is a return. Else return huge. That should do the trick. All right. Golf. Oh, this is one that I remember doing and I didn't understand golf. This one got me because I never played the game. So, one stroke is a hole in one. You play golf, Grant?
Not often and not well, but a little bit.
So, does that mean 2 strokes is an eagle? No, par. Par is like what's normal for the course. So if it's par minus 2, this one always gets me because I don't understand golf. Par minus 1, par minus 2 is eagle.
Right.
Par is normal. This is bad. Then we start going bogey, double bogey, go home. Okay. So we got par and strokes on our function. There always will be a number and positive. We have added an array for all the names. Okay, only change code below this. Okay. Return hole in one, name sub-0. So if strokes is 1, that's easy enough. Else if par minus 2 less than or equal to I don't understand par minus 2 or par minus 3, par minus 4, that's all equal, I guess. So that's under, okay. Name sub 1. Else if strokes equals par minus 1. That would be your birdie. Else if strokes is par, return par. Name sub 3. Else if strokes is par plus 1. And then else, pretty sure we just return, go home. So there should be 7 options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I got it. Hey, I don't like golf. No, I don't dislike golf. I just don't know it. Maybe if I played it. Switches. Okay. Switch fruit, case apple, case orange. Write the switch, which tests val and sets an answer. Switch on val. Curly. Case 1. Answer is alpha. Break. I'm going to copy and paste that. Case 2, case 3, case 4. And I'm testing against string numbers, so let's see if that passes. No, it doesn't. So we're going to do non-string numbers, and that passes. Okay, default is the last case. Default is stuff. Switch on val, curlies. Again, not sure if it wants the letter A. Copy and paste that for bird, cat. B for bird. C for cat. And a default answer is stuff and break. How's our percentage going?
One second.
No problem.
Okay, I'm back on. It's 68 now.
Oh boy, I don't know if we're gonna get done. Slowing down. If the break is omitted from a switch case, the following case until it's encountered. Okay. Write a switch to set an answer to the following ranges. Okay. Switch on val, curlies, case 1, case 2, case 3, answer is low. Break. Case 4, case 5, case 6. If you have multiple options from a switch, it can be easier than writing a chain. Change the if-else into a switch. Copy that. No, I'm not going to copy and paste. Case 42. I'm not sure what that means. 789. Okay. Okay. So replace that with this. Good enough. Fix the function is less to remove the if-else statement. So you could just return A less than B. Because that's going to return true or false. So that if A or B is less than 0, the function will immediately exit with a value of undefined. A is less than 0 or B is less than 0, return. Modify the function A/B test so that if A or B is less than 0, the function will exit with a value of undefined. Yeah, I guess you could say return undefined. Counting cards. Okay. So we got a card. It's either going up or down or staying 0. We'll write a card counting function that will receive a card which is a number or a string. The current count Again, you got to understand the scenario first. It will receive a card, which is a number or string, an increment or decrement, the count, global count, according to the table. The function will then return a string with the current count and the string of bet if the count is positive, hold if the count is 0 or negative. Okay, so first thing we need to do is modify the global count and then return a string accordingly. Case 2, case 3, case 4. really don't need to do anything with 7, 8, 9. Case 10. So there's the end of my switch. If the count is positive, count is greater than 0, return bet. Return the count plus a space plus the word bet. Else, return count plus a space plus hold. Guess I could have done that a little differently, but then cool. Objects. Objects are similar to arrays except of using indexes. You use their properties separated with colons and commas.
I'm sorry, is there any way to go back to what you just did? Mine's.
Yeah.
I thought I was following along right, and then it's saying my tests aren't correct. Oh wait, I think I know what I did. I forgot the A. I think let me change that, and I think that's.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I could recode it, but unfortunately the back button didn't work for me. But
Yeah, that was it.
okay, good catch.
This was the line.
Make an object called my dog. Oh, friends is an array. Chloe? Sure. Name is a string, legs and tails are numbers, and friends is an array. Did you get a chance to catch up here, Grant?
Yes, I'm with you.
Cool. Okay, so dot notation to access a property. Read the properties of test object using dot notation. Set the variable hat value equal to the properties hat. Test object dot hat. Shirt value. Test object dot shirt. Okay, you can also use array notation. Read the values of an entree. So when you have a space, you have to use this notation. drink value is the drink. Okay, so you're putting the variable inside of the brackets. Set the player number variable to 16. And then sub player number, which would be Manta. Update the my dog name property. Happy coder. Add new properties. Add a bark to my dog. My dog dot bark equals woof. Delete properties. Don't do that every day. Delete my dog dot tails. Okay. Got it. Value is title. Yep. Convert the switch statement into an object called lookup. It uses lookup val and assigns it to the result. Convert the switch to an object named lookup. Use it to look up val. Oh, okay. And associate it with the result variable. Const lookup equals object. You know, one thing that I remembered early on is when you see curlies, that's an object. When you see angle brackets, that's an array. So it's just an easy thing to remember. Okay, so there's my object. Use it to look up val. assign it to a result variable. Result equals lookup sub val. So val is coming into the function. I should be able to delete this switch and do that. There we go. To check if a property is given exists, you can add has own property. True or false? Modify the function check object to test if the object passed has a specific property called check prop. If it returned the value, if not, return not found. Okay. So if object has own property check prop, return object's value, which is that, else return not found. Okay, let me read it one more time. Return that property's value. Let me read this again. To check has own property, returns true or false if it's found. Oh, I got OBS. It's OBJ. If object has own property. Oh, goodness. Okay, so it's not happy on my not found cases. So house. Oh, I gotta hit the keyword return. 2 mistakes in 1. Now I put a period in my not found. Wow. 3 mistakes. 2 of them meaningful mistakes. 1 not meaningful. Oh, I remember this one. Complex objects. So we have an array. The first element is an object. Inside of that object, we've got a property, a property, a property, a property, and inside of that property, an array, and then another property. Sometimes in a flexible data structure, JavaScript allows to handle this data. Combination of strings, numbers, booleans, arrays, and objects. Complex data structure. Add a new album to my music. Add artist and title, strings, release year, and formats. Um, so ultimately, this is an array. We've got our first object, so it's an array. So I'd say my music dot push artists I don't know any Green Day albums. I probably do if I American Idiot. Release year? I think it said 2004. And formats array of strings. Okay. How are we doing, Grant, on percentage?
I actually fell behind a little bit, and so I've just been watching you.
It's all good. This is accessing nested objects. I wanted to get to 100. It's really not critical that we do. I'll let you guys catch up a little bit. It's at the end of the day, and then we'll resume tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.